السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته يا شيخنا، أحسن الله إليكم.
آمين وإياكم. How are you going now, Abu Yusuf?
نعم يا شيخنا.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. About the book we read every Saturday, every Sunday in the mornings like this is called Al-adabul mufrad. Al-adabul mufrad has been compiled by Al-Imam al-Bukhari, Abu Abdullah Muhammad ibn Ismail, the same author of that big blessed book of Islam, As-Sahih, is the same person who has compiled this book, Kitabul Adab, but it is widely known from amongst the scholars as Al-Adabul Mufrad, because in Sahih al-Bukhari also there is the chapter on Al-Adab that is called Kitabul Adab. So in Sahih al-Bukhari, as you have Kitabu Bad'il Wahi, as you have Kitabul Iman, as you have Kitabul Ilm, and so on. In Sahih al-Bukhari, you also have in Sahih al-Bukhari Kitabul Adab, the chapter about the manners of a Muslim. How does the Muslim conduct himself in his day-to-day life? What should he do? What should he not do? So that is the issues under Adab. Or here it is called Al-Adabul Mufrad, to give it a separate naming. Al-Mufrad means something specifically compiled separately, something unique, different from what he had done, from what he had compiled in Kitabul Adab in Sahih al-Bukhari. So in Sahih al-Bukhari, in As-Sahih itself, you would find narrations from the Prophet alone, sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi wasallam. But here in Al-Adab al-Mufrad, you will find narrations from the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. You will also find narrations from the companions, radiallahu anhum. You will find narrations from the Tabi'un in Al-Adab al-Mufrad. But in Sahih al-Bukhari, it is just about the narrations from the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam about the issues of manners, about the issues of conduct, about the issues of behavior. But here in our book, Al-Adab, specifically compiled by Al-Imam al-Bukhari on the issues of manners, you find narrations from the companions and the Tabi'un. This is one major difference between Kitab al-Adab in Sahih al-Bukhari and this book, Al-Adab al-Mufrad. We have been reading the book for quite a number of weeks now until we got to this chapter, Babun Az-Zulmu Zulumatun, the chapter that discusses that expression of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam, that Az-Zulmu, cheating people, betraying them, injustice, and the like of that, cheating the people, deceiving the people, and ripping them off. All of these will be volumat. There will be darknesses of various shades against the cheating person. If you cheat, if you are unjust person, if you rip people off, if you betray the people, all of these shades of injustice that you commit will turn out to become shades of darknesses against you on the day of Qiyam. May Allah protect all of us from this. Imam al-Bukhari brought this topic against the background of his encouraging us to search for wealth and maintain the wealth that we have. We had read the chapter about the sinner we like searching for lawful wealth and maintaining the wealth, whatever possessions that we have. We also discussed making dua for wealth. So it is lawful to lawfully search for wealth. It's encouraged in Islam to lawfully earn, to lawfully search for an earning and make haste towards it. When you do that, you are following a major instruction in Islam. It is also lawful and encouraged to make dua as you search. You make dua, beg Allah for it. Allah, give me money. Warzuqna, Allahumma warzuqna, warzuqna. This is also lawful in Islam, to make efforts to gain money and maintain the money you have, while also begging Allah to help you increase your wealth. All of these are lawful ventures for a Muslim. But in all of that, it must not include cheating the people, deceiving the people, betraying the people, selling products that you don't have, making people have an impression about the product that is a lie, deliberately deceiving them into transactions, and things like this. All of these are aspects of al-zulm, and these will be rulumat on the day of Qiyamah against these people. Allah protect us. So in all of that, we came to Hadith 483, Hadith of Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari, when the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, ittaqu, ittaqu, said, alayhi salatu wasalam, ittaqu az-zulma, fa inna az-zulma zulmatun yawm al-qiyamah. The Prophet said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, refrain from az-zulm, refrain from cheating people, refrain from betraying people, refrain from ripping people off. Avoid it. Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, he led us to keep away from az-zulm. And we had said that az-zulm generally refers to words or shay'ihi ghayri mahallihi, placing a thing in other than its place. We explain zulm of the individual towards Allah, the zulm of the individual towards himself, and the zulm of the individual regarding his dealings with others. Avoid zulm, avoid it, avoid cheating, avoid injustice, avoid it, keep away from them, refrain from them. فَإِنَّ الظُّلْمَ ظُلُمَاتٌ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. Because these aspects, these teachings, these your shady deals, they will become shades of darknesses against you the day of Qiyamah. May Allah protect us. We came to Hadith 484, where the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, يَكُونُ فِي آخِرِ أُمَّتِي مَسْخٌ وَقَذْفٌ مَسْخٌ وَقَذْفٌ وَفَسْخٌ. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he warned us of something that will happen to the last part of this ummah. What are those things? Basfun. Some people will be transformed from from their looks, honorable looks of human beings to something else. There will be merciful. Allah has done it before. What is رَبَّكَ فَعَالٌ لِمَا يُرِيدُ. Your Lord does what He wills. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُعْجِزُهُ شَيْءٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَا فِي السَّمَاءِ. Nothing surpasses Allah's powers and ability, the entirety of the heavens and the earth. There is nothing that Allah does not have the power to do. Then we'll remember that Banu Israel in the past, Allah had punished them with Masfun. Allah turned them into monkeys. Allah turned some of them into pigs. There are reports of those who were also turned into rats. So Allah does what He likes. Inna rabbaka fa'alun lima yurid. So some of the people, the Prophet said alayhi salatu wassalam, يكون في آخر أمتي مسح وقذف. People will be transformed. Their forms will change. قذف, they will be stoned from the heavens. Some people were stoned from the heavens in the history. Those were the people of Lut alayhi salatu wassalam. They were upon homosexuality. They were upon homosexuality. Men playing and actually having intercourse with men. May Allah protect us. Allah stoned them in the heavens. And all of that started, according to Al-Imam al-Zahabi in narration in Kitabu al-Qadari. All of that started upon men displaying their chests to men. Men displaying their chests and their tummies to men like themselves. So they display their chests, they display their tummies. Today we have it as the displays of machos. They want to show the packs of muscles around their navels. They show how curvy their muscles on their chests are. They look at that, they appreciated it, and that led them into what they began to do. Homosexuality. Allah stoned them from the heavens. May Allah protect us. وَخَصْفُ. Likewise, people will be swallowed up by the earth. Allah caused the earth to swallow up Qarun. Allah caused the earth to swallow up Qarun. So you can see homosexuals, you can see people who disobeyed Allah. They suffered these things. The Prophet said it will happen again. You will have the earth swallowing up people. You have earthquakes. You have landslides. Many times we hear about it. You have about tsunamis. Tsunamis are about khasfun also, because they have to do with the earth opening up in the sea and pushing away that large quantity of water we find on the surface of the earth. So people will be transformed. People will be stoned from the heavens, and people will suffer being swallowed up by the earth. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he told us some of the sins the people will commit at that time. One of the sins that will cause the people to suffer all of these are the widespread of singing girls, women singing and dancing. When this is, Allah will cause the people to be swallowed up. Allah will cause the people to be transformed into other animals. Allah will cause the people to stop. That one cause the hadith of the Prophet said, from the things that cause Allah's punishment is absolute when it becomes common that people cheat others. When cheating, when betrayal, when ripping of the people, when deceiving the people becomes common. These punishments will come again. Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, radiyallahu anhu, he also reported that لَيُخْسَفَنَّ بِالدَّارِ إِلَى جَنْبِ الدَّارِ. Homes near homes will also be swallowed up. If you live near a zalim, your own home too will be swallowed up when that zalim has his home swallowed up out of the evil for him. Don't forget that the Quran had warned us that the fitnatan la tusibanna alladhina zalamu minkum khassa. Fear a punishment, fear a trial that will not only afflict those who are guilty of it. Some others who were with them, who did not use to tell them to stop, who don't care about whether they do it or not, who don't care to report to authorities when there is need for reporting. Some of the people are there. You see your neighbor, in fact, violate the rules. You are supposed to call the police, but you reject, you look the other way. Don't worry. لا يخسفن لا يخسفن بالدار إلى جنب الدار. Houses يخسفن بالدار إلى جنب الدار. The houses near the houses of Zalimun will be destroyed too. They will be swallowed up. إذا كانت المظالم, when it has to do with injustice, when it has to do with cheating people, when it has to do with deceiving the people. You live near someone who steals government money. It is clear he stole the money. Government say you should blow the whistle. Instead of blowing the whistle, you help him hide part of the money that he had stolen from the coffers of government. لا يُسَفَنَّ بِالدَّارِ إِلَى جَنْبِ الدَّارِ. When Allah will cause his house to be swallowed up, you are going to suffer that swallow. Why? You give a hand in support to that injustice, to that lie, to that deceit, to that fraud. Those who support evil too will suffer the same punishment. In fact, those who are pleased. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته يا شيخنا.
What was the last thing you heard about the Rahman?
The network, it was breaking, so I couldn't hear you.
What was the last thing you heard well? What was the last thing that was clear? What was the last thing that was clear?
You're talking about a neighbor who steals government money and you help someone.
Okay, Abu Amir, Jazakallah khair. Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As spoke about the dangers of az-zulmu. From the dangers of az-zulmu is that the zalim, from the dangers of betraying the people, from the dangers of cheating the people, from the dangers of ripping the people off, is that even the neighbors who support this evil will suffer from it. Those who give a vent to it will suffer from it. So he said, لا يصفن بالدار إلى جنب الدار إذا كانت المظالم. When you hold back the rights of people, if your neighbor holds back the rights of people, go and report to authorities, encourage him to stop that evil, make efforts to be sure that he stops the evil. Otherwise, when the punishments come, you will suffer it together with him. La yukhsafanna bida. Certainly, some homes too will be destroyed, along with the homes of those who hold back the rights of people. May Allah prohibit all of us from these evil acts. That was Hadith 484 in the last class. In Hadith 485, Al-Imam al-Bukhari said, Rahimahullah, حدثنا أحمد بن يوسف. Al-Imam al-Bukhari, Rahimahullah, in Hadith 485, he mentioned it from Ahmad ibn Yusuf, and it ended with Abdullah ibn Umar, who said that الظلم ظلمات يوم القيامة. الظلم, injustice and cheating will become shades of darknesses and absolute absence of light for that individual on the day of Qiyam. So you will see that expression, الظلم ظلمات يوم القيامة. It was reported by Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari, as we have it in 483. It is also reported here in 485 by Abdullah ibn Amr. In 486 in the last class, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri reported from the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam, who said that إِذَا خَلَصَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ مِنَ النَّارِ إِذَا خَلَصَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ مِنَ النَّارِ قُبِسُوا بِقَنْطَرَةٍ بَيْنَ الْجَنَّةِ وَالنَّارِ. When the Muslims, the people of Iman, become saved from the fire, that is when they cross as-sirat. After crossing as-sirat, we remember what as-sirat is and what the Prophet told us about that. We explained that in the last class. After crossing as-sirat, there is a second bridge, far, far smaller bridge to be crossed, called Al-Qantara. So there are two bridges. The bigger one that will be crossed by the people of Iman, it is called as-sirat. And the second one that will also be crossed by the people of Iman, that's when you cross Al-Qantara, you get in the gates of Al-Jannah. Whoever crosses Al-Qantara, he arrives at the gates of Al-Jannah. May Allah make Al-Jannah easy for us. But before crossing Al-Qantara itself, the Prophet said, Sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam, إِذَا خَلَصَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ مِنَ النَّارِ. In report, he says, إِذَا خَلَصَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ مِنْ جِسْرِ الْجَهَنَّمِ. When the Muslim cross min Jisri Jahannam, when they cross the bridge across the Jahannam, when they cross it, Obisu bi Kontaratin Bain al Jannati wa Nar. There is still between Al Jannah and Jahannam. Obisu bi Kontaratin. There's still a small bridge they will cross between Al Jannah and the fire. May Allah protect us. This place, فَيَتَقَاصُونَ مَظَالِمَ بَيْنَهُمْ فِي الدُّنْيَا. يَتَقَاصُونَ. Those who have mazalim, those who have rights. One Muslim has a right over you. It will be settled there. It will be settled there. You have a right. You have a right over your brother. You take your right. Between the husband and the wife, their rights will take. Between two brothers, friends, colleagues, neighbors, the rights will be taken. All of you are from the people of Iman. The rights will be taken so much that even issues of hasad, jealousy, beefing, al-bughd, getting angry regarding your brother, all of these will be settled at al-Qantara. Nobody will come into Al-Jannah and he has hasad inside his heart against his brother. It will be settled at Al-Qantara. Nobody will come into Al-Jannah and he has enmity, books, and all of these. He has all of these kinds of problems. It will be settled before entrance into Al-Jannah at Al-Qantara. He said, Sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, Hatta idha nuqu wa hudhibu, until idha nuqu, when the people become purified, wa hudhibu, and properly arranged and designed, udhina lahum bidukhul al-Jannah, they will now be permitted to enter into Al-Jannah. The Prophet said, Sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, وَالَّذِي نَفْسُ مُحَمَّدٍ بِيَدِهِ, I swear by the one whose hand has the life of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, لَأَحَدُهُمْ بِمَنْزِلِهِ أَدَلُّ مِنْهُ فِي الدُّنْيَا لَأَحَدُهُمْ بِمَنْزِلِهِ أَدَلُّ. Each of them best knows his manzil, his home. If we enter Al-Jannah, I know my flats, I know my apartment. You too, you will know your own. We do not need to be ushered into our homes and our apartments in Al-Jannah. May Allah count us from the people of Al-Jannah. We know those homes in Al-Jannah more than we know our homes in this dunya. Don't forget that's because when the individual is in his grave, Allah shows him his place in Al-Jannah. So he begins to long, he begins to hope, he begins to hasten, Allah, let the day of Qiyamah come. Oh Allah, let the day of Qiyamah come. So when he gets to the place, he recognizes that this is my apartment. But the point here is that nobody will come into Al-Jannah when he has zulm on his neck against his brothers. If we have rights over you, we will take it back. If you have rights on us, you will take it back. If we have grudges against you, Allah will remove that grudge. If you have grudges against us, Allah will remove the grudge. Nobody will go into Al-Jannah while having with him the zulm, mazalim. He has the rights of people on his neck. And then he will go into Al-Jannah like that. No, because Al-Jannah is a place of purity and decency. You don't go into it with impurity and indecency. All of that will be settled. Don't forget, that's because some of the Muslims may have been unjust to people, but their scales of good deeds will weigh more. So that does not mean that those Muslims, they have gone. Yes, you observe Salah, you observe Qiyam Layl, you gave Sadaqah from halal wealth, you used to be nice to people, you used to help people, you used to give sermons, you used to teach people, you spent all your life paying attention to people and making benefits, but you have issues. You have issues behind you that you are also carrying along as other human beings have issues too. Allah will not make you bring those issues into Al-Jannah. Your goodness has become a means for you to survive as-sirat. You didn't fall into the fire. Why? Your skills of goodness was very, very weighty because it would be about scaling good and evil. You used to read the Quran a lot. You used to observe a lot of Qiyam Layl. You did a lot of Adhkar. Yes, things were deduced from it because of the backbiting sometimes that you fell into, because of some things you stole, because of some failures, shortcomings you have. The good deeds have reduced, yet it was still big enough to become a means by which you will cross as-sirat. What about those ones that are left? They will be settled at Al-Qantara so that you become pure before you come into Al-Jannah. This means that even before you come into Al-Jannah, mazalims will be settled. Allah will not make you go free with the rights of people. It shows that it's very, very important to avoid al-zulm. The Prophet said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Ittaqu al-zulma, avoid cheating, avoid deceiving people, avoid ripping people off. In al-zulma zulmat, because these things will become shades of darknesses against you on the day. May Allah protect all of us. If we come to Hadith 487, Al-Imam al-Bukhari said, Rahimahullah, حدثنا مسدد قال حدثنا يحيى عن ابن عجلان عن سعيد بن أبي سعيد المقبوري عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم قال إياكم والظلم إياكم والظلم فإن الظلم ظلمات يوم القيامة وإياكم والفحش فإن الله لا يحب الفاحش المتفحش وإياكم والشح فإنه دعا من كان قبلكم فقطعوا أرحامهم ودعاهم فاستحلوا محارمهم. Al-Imam al-Bukhari reports this hadith from his Shaykh Musaddadun ibn Musarhadin, one of the students of Al-Imam Ahmad, one of those who first compiled the book of hadith. So we have Musnadul Musaddad, just like we have Musnad of Al-Imam Ahmad. We also have Musnad by Al-Imam Musaddad. Al-Imam Musaddad is one of the teachers of Al-Bukhari, rahimahullah. He was a student of Al-Imam Ahmad. He is the Shaykh of Al-Bukhari in this isnad. So he said, حدثنا مسدد مسدد ibn Musarhad. He reports, he said, قال حدثنا يحيى. So he is reporting from Yahya ibn Sa'id al-Qattan, from his teachers, rahimahumullah, who is reporting from Ibn Ajlan. Ibn Ajlan, that is Muhammad ibn Ajlan. Al-Imam Muhammad ibn Ajlan, he lived the bulk of his life in Alexandria, in Egypt. He later moved to Al-Madinah and he died in Al-Madinah. Muhammad ibn Ajlan was a well-known scholar of hadith from the people of, from amongst the people of Alexandria in Egypt. He is reporting from Sa'id ibn Abi Sa'id al-Maqbul. Ibn Ajlan is reporting from Sa'id ibn Abi Sa'id al-Maqburi, rahimahullah, from amongst the students of Abu Hurairah. And this hadith was from Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu عن النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم قال إياكم والظلم. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, he said, إياكم والظلم, I warn you, keep away from الظلم. I warn you. Like he said, اتقوا الظلم in the report of Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari. Here he says, إياكم, keep away. I warn you, keep away. Keep away, refrain. Keep away from Abdulmu. Avoid Abdulmu. Keep clear. Stay clear from Abdulmu. He said, Sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi wa sallam, فَإِنَّ الظُّلْمَ ظُلُمَاتٌ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. Because cheating the people and deceiving them, treating them unfairly, and being unjust to them, ripping them off, it will be ظُلُمَات, darknesses يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. On the day of Qiyamah. So avoid az-zulm, oh brother. You can see a number of ahadith. Iyakum wa-zulmu, iyakum wa-zulma, fa-inna zulma zulumatun yawm al-qiyamah. You can see it now from the hadith of Abu Hurairah. We had seen it from the hadith of Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari. We had also seen it from the hadith of Abdullah ibn Umar. Here now, it is occurring from the hadith of Abu Hurairah. What that means is that it was a well-known expression amongst the companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. They were well aware of that expression of zulmu zulumatun yawm al-qiyamah. Let it be common amongst us too. Al-Zulmu Zulumatun Yawm al-Qiyamah. Al-Zulmu Zulumatun Yawm al-Qiyamah. Al-Zulmu Zulumatun Yawm al-Qiyamah. Injustice, treating people unfairly, being disrespectful to people who deserve our respect. It is also Zulmu Ayyuhannas. The husband deserves respect from his wife. When the wife fails to respect the husband, it is Abdul. The parents deserve respect from the children. When the children fail to respect their parents, it is Abdul. The leaders and the rulers, the heads of states, the presidents, they deserve respect from the rest of the followers. When the followers don't respect their heads, they don't respect their leaders. It will be from the aspects of Abdulmu Zulumatun. The consequence of that is that they will fall under darknesses. Yawm al-Qiyamah, on the day of Qiyamah. So zulm comes in different ways. You have a principal, you are a teacher, you have a duty to respect your principal. You are a boss, you are the MD, you have the right to be respected by your subordinates. When they don't genuinely respect you, it will come from the aspects of al-zulm. The younger brother has the duty to respect his elder brother. The student has a duty to respect the teacher. When the student does not respect the teacher, it will come also Abdulumat on the day of Qiyamah, because Abdulmu is when you become unfair in anything you do. When you become unfair, the teachers too will be held responsible on the day of Qiyamah. When they beat their children, the students, when they maltreat the students, they will be held responsible. It is from the aspects of Zulmu. It will be Zulumat on the day of Qiyamah. Likewise, bosses in the places of work, they maltreat their younger ones in the places of work. It will come back against you as Zulumat. You think nobody can query you. You think nobody can ask you. So you choose to do just what you desire. You prevent them from their rights. You deny them good access. By training, you should be training them and explaining the job to them. You deny them all of that because you don't want them to be protected. Don't worry. It will come up against you as darknesses on the day of Qiyam. All of that are from the aspects of Al-Ulumu, and it will be Zulumat on the day of Qiyamah against the Zalimi. May Allah protect us from that. The Prophet continued, sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. He said, "Wa iyyakum wal fuhsha, wa iyyakum wal fuhsha." I also warn you against al-fuhsh. Al-fuhsh is indecency. Al-fuhsh is being indecent, being coarse. Some of us are so indecent in their speech, indecent in their behavior. If you speak wallahi with somebody who is indecent, his speech will clearly show that this man is not a person of decency at all. No matter how he tries to keep, no matter how he tries to hide, no matter how he tries to brandish his expressions, the indecent and obscene individual clearly shows to an intelligent person, this person is indecent. This person is an obscene person, toxic in his way of life. Don't be like that. The Prophet said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Wa iyyakum wal fuhsha. I warn you, keep away from indecency. Be decent, oh brother. Be decent. Don't be a person of obscenity. Don't be a person who, when people speak to you, they hate. They hate that they had ever spoken to you. When they have something to do with you, they are displeased that they ever had anything to do with you. Why are you like this? Don't be like this, oh brother. Don't be like this, oh woman. There are some women too that could be very indecent. The indecency is so bad. Don't be indecent. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam hates al-fuhsha. So he said, "Wa iyyakum wal-fuhsh." I warn you to keep away from indecency. فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْفَاحِشَ الْمُتَفَحِّشَ. Because inna Allah, certainly Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, la yuhibbul fahisha al-mutafahisha. Allah will not like, Allah does not like al-fahisha. Allah does not like the obscene individual. If you are an obscene person, Allah does not like you. If you want to know, does Allah like me or not? One of the things that you can look at is, are you a person of obscenity and indecency? Are you a rash and coarse individual? People see you and they avoid you because of the fuhsh, because your tongue is bad, your character is bad. There are people like this. Their tongue is bad, their character is bad. So decent people avoid them. Decent people will avoid you. Your husband will avoid you. Why? Your tongue is bad. If your husband says A, you will say A to Z. If he says 1, 2, 3, you will read 1, 2, 3 to 1 million. That is bad of you. Allah does not like you. If you are a person like this, Allah does not like that character. It does not like anybody who is obscene. It does not like anybody who is indecent. You must learn decency. Why? Allah likes decency. He likes a-rifku fi kulli shay. He likes you to be rafiq. Inna Allah rafiqun yuhibbu rifqa. Allah is decent. Allah is absolutely decent, subhanahu. He likes people who approach things with decency. As for obscenity, al-fuhsha, inna Allah la yuhibbul fahish. Allah does not like the obscene person. Al-mutafahish, the one who goes to extreme in his obscenity. Some people boast about that. Yeah, they are Omotao. Can show you Omota now. Allah does not like Al-mutafahish. Al-mutafahish is the one who is so obscene. He does it at will. Obscenity is his way of life. So bad with it. May Allah protect us. He warned us again, alayhi salatu wasalam, against a third thing. He said, Wa iyyakum wa shukha. I also warn you against, I warn you to keep away from ash-shuhr. Ash-shuhr is avarice. We repeatedly explained this expression. It is worse than al-bukhl. Al-bukhl is when the individual is just stingy. As for ash-shuhr, it comes when the individual is stingy. He's also greedy. He's stingy, he will not give people their rights. He also wants to use up the rights of others. He wants to take it from you, and he will not give you. If he's in the position to give, he will not give. If he's in the position to take, he wants to take beyond what is due to him. This is what is referred to as ash-shuhr. The Prophet warned us, don't be like this. Said, Wa iyyakum wa shubha. I warn you to keep away from ash-shubha. فَإِنَّهُ, because ash-shubha da'a man kana qablakum. It invited some people before you. It made some people before you. فَقَطَعُوا أَرْحَامَهُمْ. It made them to cut off family ties. When a man is greedy and stingy, he likes to use up the rights of people. We see in the family, he wants to take something belonging to his elder brother. He wants to take a shoe belonging to his elder brother. He wants to take a clothes belonging to his younger brother. He wants to cheat everybody. Why? He is a greedy person. He is avaricious. He wants to eat it all. He wants to take it all. So that will make him disconnect from family ties. To disconnect family ties. وَيَقْطَعُونَ مَا أَمَرَ اللَّهُ بِهِ أَن يُوصَلَ. They will cut off the ties of family. And Allah has commanded that and yusal. It should be connected. The ties of family should be connected. But greed can lead people to disconnect from family ties. So you'll always hear that my brother, if I call him now, he will beg me for money. And I don't want to give him money. So you disconnect because you are greedy. You are not open-handed. That makes you disconnect from that your elder brother. That if you call him, he will beg you for money. Some of the people will refuse to call their parents. Some of the people will refuse to go and visit their parents. Why? They are afraid that mommy will ask him to buy something. Mommy will ask him bring money. Mommy will, daddy will say do this for me. This greed makes them run away from their parents. Ashrufu. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, وَإِيَّاكُمْ وَالشُّحَّ فَإِنَّهُ دَعَى مَنْ كَانَ قَبْلَكُمْ فَقَطَعُوا أَرْحَامَهُمْ. Greediness and avarice, it made those who came before you to break their family ties. وَدَعَاهُمْ. It also made them فَاسْتَحَلُّوا مَحَارِمَهُمْ. They began to consider as halal the rights of your brothers, the rights of their brothers that were haram to them. For example, you will see it is common, it used to be common in families in Yoruba land. Elder brother will have a wife, he will travel away. You see the younger brother making zina with the wife of his elder brother in the family house. Things like this have happened before. Go and ask the elderly people. Although it is stopping now, but it used to be there. It is a zulmu, and it is from the aspects of Ash-Shuha. He has his eyes on the wife of his elder brother. He has his eyes on the wife of his younger brother. He has his eyes on the wife of his uncle. Subhanallah. Out of greed, he wants it all. Everything should be about him. He has his eyes on the wealth, on the car, on the belongings of his relatives. These things are haram. They should not be taken away from their rightful owners. He will be looking for ways of usurping it. A child may even have his eyes on the wife and on the property of his father. Did we not read in the news a few days ago that some children took away over 50 million belonging to their father that was gathered from the public to take care of the health of their father? They opened an account. An account was opened for their father's health issues. And they began to steal the money from that account. There is nothing that brings people into this except what Ashur, greed and avarice. So things that are haram, greed will make them, don't worry, it is halal. It's halal like that. It's halal like that. Another aspect of that are those who deal in riba-based businesses. They will tell you that it's halal like that. It's riba. Loan from a bank. They say pay 5% interest. You say the loan, the interest is small. They say pay 1%. You say the interest is small. And upon that, you loan the money upon 1% interest. So that 1% you say is small. That 1% is haram. لكن تستحله. You will say that it is halal. It's halal. You know, there is nothing that is pushing you to do that except ashur, greed. Your mind is upon the profits that you have projected. And the bulk and all of those who get into these kinds of businesses, they fail at the end of the day. Allah destroys their businesses. So for the sake of Allah, avoid these three things. The first thing the Prophet spoke about, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, is al-zulm. He said, إِيَّاكُمْ وَالظُّلْمَ. The next thing he talked about is al-fuhsh. He said, alayhi salatu wasalam, إِيَّاكُمْ وَالْفُحْشَ. Avoid al-fuhsh. The third thing he spoke about, he said, إِيَّاكُمْ وَالشُّحَّ. I warn you against what? Ash-shuh. I warn you against greed. Don't be greedy. Don't be avaricious. Don't seek to use up things from people. There are people like this. You want to take over everything from anybody. You want to take it over. And so you begin to hear a lot of criticisms. They are just criticizing so that they are able to take it over. Nothing brings them into things like this except ashur. The Prophet prohibited al-zulm. He prohibited al-fuhsh. Al-zulm is injustice, cheating, betraying the people, and ripping them off. Al-fuhsh is being indecent. My dear brother, be decent. Be decent in your speech. Be decent in your character. Don't let the people have anything to do with you, and they begin to regret ever having anything to do with you. May Allah forgive all of us. Everyone should look inwards in these matters. Don't cheat anybody. Don't be indecent towards anybody. Likewise, don't be a greedy, avaricious person, because these things will destroy your deen if you have it. If you have deen, if you call yourself a person of deen, these three things will destroy your deen. Al-zulmu will destroy you. Al-fuhsh will destroy you. Ash-shurh will destroy you. These three things are very destructive. Al-zulmu, ash-shurh, and al-fuhsh. Fuhsh. They are very destructive. This is Hadith 487. We can quickly go to Hadith 488. Hadith 488 is a repetition from Hadith 483. Hadith 488 is the same as Hadith 483, although amongst the scholars of Hadith, it's a completely different Hadith. It has a better isnad, a better chain of report. In 483, Al-Imam al-Bukhari reported it from Bishr ibn Muhammad as-Sakhtiyani. In 483, al-Bukhari rahimahullah reports it from Bishr ibn Muhammad as-Sakhtiyani, who was reporting from Al-Imam Abdullah ibn Mubarak. In 488, Al-Imam al-Bukhari said, Haddathana Abdullah ibn Maslama. That is Al-Imam al-Qa'nabi. Abdullah ibn Maslama ibn Qa'nab al-Qa'nabi, one of the students of Al-Imam Malik. Malik himself used to respect Al-Qa'nabi, Al-Imam Malik. When Al-Qa'nabi comes to him, Qa'nabi was the student of Malik. He also has a report of Muwatta of Malik. When Al-Qa'nabi comes to the gathering where Malik teaches, Malik stands up to welcome him to sit down. Al-Qa'nabi, rahimahullah, was such a very knowledgeable person. But there is something about him that I think we can take home from the class today. He started learning at a very old age. Al-Qa'nabi started learning late, if you call it like that. Yet, he achieved a very high status in terms of knowledge, in terms of ibadah, in terms of sticking to the sunnah, in terms of being honorable. They were people of honor and respect and esteem in the community. Abdullah ibn Maslama ibn Qa'nab al-Qa'nabi, rahimahullah. It was from him that Al-Imam al-Bukhari reported that version of Hadith 483. He reported it from Abdullah ibn Maslama in 488. Both Abdullah ibn Mubarak, one of the biggest from the scholars of Islam, Abdullah ibn Mubarak, and Abdullah ibn Maslama, they both reported it from Dawud ibn Qais. They both reported it from who? Dawood ibn Qais al-Farra. So this hadith, madaruhu ala Dawood ibn Qais al-Farra. The hadith got spread from Dawood ibn Qais al-Farra. Abdullah ibn Maslama reported it from him, and Abdullah ibn Mubarak reported it from him. From the report of Ibn Mubarak, Al-Bukhari took it from Bishr ibn Muhammad al-Saqtiyah. From the report of Abdullah ibn Maslama, Al-Bukhari reported it directly from him. It means that the reports of Al-Bukhari from Abdullah ibn Maslama were not just those reports that Abdullah ibn Maslama reported from Al-Imam Malik. So many people have that view. They think that the reports that Bukhari was able to take from Abdullah ibn Maslama ibn al-Qanabi were just those reports that Ibn Maslama reported from Imam Malik. Here, Ibn Maslama is reporting from Dawood ibn Qais, from amongst his teachers. And Bukhari also took that report from him. Rahimahullah. These reports we are talking about in 488. It also ends up with Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari, just like Hadith 483, where the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, إِيَّاكُمُ الظُّلْمَ فَإِنَّ الظُّلْمَ ظُلُمَاتٌ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ وَاتَّقُوا الشُّحَّ فَإِنَّهُ أَهْلَكَ مَنْ كَانَ قَبْلَكُمْ وَحَمَلَهُمْ على أن سفكوا دماءهم واستحلوا محارمهم. Just like we have it in Hadith 483, we also have it in Hadith 488. And the lesson in that is still about warning us to keep away from az-zulm, keep away from az-zulm, keep away from injustice, keep away from cheating the people, keep away from betraying trusts. Trust will be placed on us, and then we betray it. Avoid this kind of a lifestyle. Be a fair person when you relate with people. If you have more than a wife, treat your wives with fairness and the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you have more than a child, treat your children with fairness and the fear of Allah. Az-zulm comes in all of these things. If you have staff under you, be fair to them. Don't cheat them. Don't betray them. If you work in a place, be fair to those who have employed you. Don't work below the time that you have agreed. Your work time is 8 hours. Don't work for 6 hours and waste the rest of the time. They give you equipment to work in the office. You use the same equipment for your own personal business. All of that falls under az-zulm. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he predicted from az-zulm. He said, az-zulmu zulumatun yawm al-qiyamah. If you choose to continue, if you think that you are stubborn, just wait to remain in darkness on the day of Qiyamah. May Allah forgive all of us and make it easy for us all to avoid it. I think this is a convenient place to stop this class today, inshallah. About Amen. About Ayman, about Yusuf. Well, I don't know. I hope that I'm heard. Alaykum salam. About Ayman, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, sir.
There's a question on the screen here. Can we start with that?
No, Shaykh.
If someone owed a school fees a long time ago as a debt and he wants to pay it back today, the school fees was 23,500 then at that time. If he wants to pay it back today, how much will he pay? He will pay what he has owed. Let us forget about these ideas of there is inflation today. You borrowed money 100 naira yesterday. You are now coming back to say that the 100 naira you borrowed yesterday should have become, it now has the value of 5,000 naira. This is the idea of riba that most of the institutions people work with have made you to feel that it is lawful, it is haram. If you owe 100 naira yesterday, you pay back 100 naira today. If you owed 1,000 naira in 1970, in 2070, you pay back what you owe. That is what you owe. But looking at placing value over what you owe and asking for the additionals to be placed on it, this is from the essence of riba itself. So the man will borrow you 100 naira today. In 6 months' time, he feels that the value of 100 naira should now be 120. He projects it and adds it to the original money that you had owed him. This is riba itself. Keep away from it. If you owed 23,000 to a school in 1980, go back and pay 23,500 to that school in 2080. May Allah protect all of us. Abu Ayman.
نعم شيخنا جزاكم الله خير.
Ameen wa antum fi khair.
The question here is Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. جزاكم الله خير. Please, can Da'watul Mazlum be reversed after you forgive the person? Perhaps he realizes his mistake and apologizes.
Ikhwa, I don't know anybody who said that it can be reversed. What I know that is that it can be slowed down and reduced. It can be slowed down and reduced. But in terms of absolute complete reversal, that one, it will need a lot of work. Let me give us how that slowdown can be achieved. Someone himself was unfair to you. He perhaps did not know that it was unfair. And then, or that he deliberately did it. And then he turned in repentance. When he turned in repentance, he began to do a lot of sadaqat. Ikhwa, sadaqah repels evil. And Da'watul Mazlum is from evils. Da'watul Mazlum is from the evils that should afflict you. So if the man became full of sadaqah, if the man became full of sadaqah, if the man became full of qiyamul layl, these two things, being full of sadaqat and doing a lot of qiyamul layl repels evil from you. Evils of different kinds. Qiyamul layl, ikhwa, qiyamul layl, and giving a lot of sadaqah. So perhaps this will slow down the negative effects of the Da'watul Mazlum. But Allah said that He will answer that da'wah. So if your sadaqah is there to get you to slow down the effects, to get you to reduce the effect, and perhaps the dua of the Mazlum, if you had caused him, he still remains a Muslim until he gets his rights back. If he changes and makes dua for you again. Don't forget, we've said that Da'watul Mazlum is not only in the negative. If you have a Mazlum, somebody who has been cheated, if you go to help someone who has been cheated and he prays for you, it is part of Da'watul Mazlum. He prays for you for goodness. You will gain goodness. So as Da'watul Mazlum can be negative, it can be positive. So if you, the Mazlum, you now begin to also make dua for the Zalim, that Allah should forgive him, you are still a Mazlum. So Allah can still forgive him. I hope that this matter is clear, or slow down if the time had not passed. Because wallahi, ikhwa, I have seen Da'watul Mazlum immediate effect. Immediately. I have seen Da'watul Mazlum that's quick, immediately. Before you even think about and thinking to make tawbah, the effect is gone. And the person begin to suffer the effect forever. But there is a lesson here for all of us, Abu Amir. That lesson is that we should try to be patient. Sometimes when we suffer zulm from people, be patient, don't become a da'i, don't pray against him. It's tough, but we should encourage ourselves upon it. It's hard. Sometimes you suffer a cheating, you suffer disrespect, you suffer big losses. People abuse you and insult you, behave abnormally to you. The only thing that goes to your mind is give them that will not be. So if we are able to hold back all of us from that we must do, and if we would use that we must do at all, we should use it to beg Allah to guide the zalim. I think it is in a better way, Abu Amir. Instead of using that dua against the person, use it for him. For example, a child becomes nonchalant and disrespectful to the father. It is good. The father is mazloom. That child is a zalim. Instead of the child being cursed by the father in Dawatul Mazlum, the father or the mother, they can forgive the child and pray for him for rectification, for correction, for goodness, instead of making the dua against the child. I think this is a bigger and a better approach to this matter. But when Dawatul Mazlum goes, I have seen many times. Immediately, as the Muslim said it, the dua became accepted. Immediately, in it all, avoid az-zulm. Ittaqu az-zulma. فَإِنَّ الظُّلْمَ ظُلُمَاتٌ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. May Allah protect all of us and forgive all of us. Is this clear, Abu Amir?
No, Shaykh. Okay.
I mean,
Another question: Can hating someone or can hating on someone simply because of what you heard about them be regarded as bull?
yes. If you hate someone, they told you that I know someone people hate. They said that he was propagating that all religions are one. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam should come back to be one. Some people hate this man because of this. This man was regularly saying that I did not say what people are reporting about me about this matter. I am a Muslim. I believe that in the deen inda Allah Islam. I also believe that وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ. I believe it. Islam alone. How should I come to say that Judaism and Christianity and Islam should turn to become one religion? I never said that. I never believed that. If people say I said that, they should provide where I said it or where I wrote it down or the clip, whatever, telephone conversation, whatever, wherever I have said this, they should bring it. But his enemies went on to spread that about him. Some people hate him because of this. It is zulmu. It is zulm. And it will be zulumat on the day of Qiyam. So there are cases like this. If you hate somebody because of an allegation that you had heard about him, you act upon allegations. You act about false allegations. You act about false rumors spread about an individual. And you act upon it based on that. It is zulmu. On the day of Qiyamah, all these things will be settled at Al-Qantara if you ever get to Al-Qantara on the day of Qiyamah. May Allah protect all of us. Don't hate somebody upon false accusations, especially without listening to his own side of the story. May Allah protect and forgive all of us.
Amen. Salawatullah alaykum, Shaykh.
Ameen, ameen.
So says, if I took something that belongs to my brother unjustly without his knowledge, if after listening and understanding to the evil of doing that, can I return it without him knowing, or I have to tell him, or I have to let him know?
I mean, if you return it without his knowledge, That is better. Because if you let him know there are evils connected to it, perhaps he begins to see you as an irresponsible son, as an irresponsible brother. So return it. If returning it only makes peace, return it. Perhaps he can ask you one day about it. But if you tell him, and that will in fact make him feel safer and feel better about you, then you should tell him. The results of your telling him will make you know what to do. If you tell him and he will feel better about it, so thank you for being honest, then tell him. If you tell him, he will feel that you're a bad boy, then don't tell him. I hope that this is clear. The results, the end result will make you know what to do or what not to do.
نعم شيخنا
Is it
جزاكم الله
clear,
خير.
Abu Ahmed? I mean,
نعم
Professor.
شيخنا. Is it? It's cold weather. I do the excuse to substitute wudu for tayammum, even where there is
Yes, yes,
advocated.
yes. Cold, yes, cold weather is. If it becomes difficult because of the cold weather to make wudu, then you can make tayammum. Al-Imam Jamaluddin al-Qasimi wrote a book for this reason. He was from the scholars who stayed in Western Europe, Spain, and then or the western part of the Eurasia subcontinent. He wrote a book on it. In the Muqaddimah, he mentioned that one of the reasons he wrote that book was because people needed to make al-mashu al-jawrabain. When they make wudu, they can't wash their feet because of coolness. So from the things that will bring you to make al-mashu is cold. From the things that can make you to also make tayammum is extreme cold. When the cold is so extreme that touching the water itself will either bring you hurt or harm or increase an ailment that you already have, then you are permitted, inshallah, to employ at-tayammum. The book by Shaykh Jamaluddin al-Qasimi is Al-Mashu al-Jawrabayn by Shaykh Jamaluddin al-Qasimi. Shaykh Ahmed Muhammad Shakir has a ta'liq on it, and Al-Imam al-Albani also has a ta'liq on it. Very nice book to read, inshallah. And it's not a big book, so our younger brothers, I hope that you find time to read that book. Very good, inshallah. So it's allowed to employ tayammum in place of wuzu because of extreme cold. Allah and
نعم شيخنا. السلام عليكم.
Ameen wa iyyakum. The name of the book
How
again is Al-Mashu al-Jawrabayn. I saw somebody asking what's the name of the book again. Al-Mashu al-Jawrabayn.
نعم شيخنا. How can one as a child benefit a deceased father who seldom observes Salah before his death, but later abandoned it weeks before his death due to terminal illness?
The child, how does he benefit a father who found it hard to observe Salah? Maybe the father was unconscious. If a person was unconscious, if the person was unconscious, there's no obligation of Salat on him. But if the person was conscious, the person can observe Salah in his mind or her mind. If you can move the head, she moves the head or he moves the head, if it is possible. If it's also possible to move up to the waist, then he goes up, down using the shoulders, the head to show ruku and sujud. Those who are taking care of the sick person are those who have that duty to always remind them about Salat. And the like of that, there are a lot of experiences about this. So it is lawful, one has to observe Salah. Those taking care of the sick, these are the lessons that they should learn from. Make sure you teach your sick persons on the bed, help them be able to observe Salah at the time of Salah. But if they become unconscious, then there is no Salah for a person who is unconscious. There is no legal responsibility on them. when they are unconscious. Otherwise, Salat must be observed at all times. Allahu Akbar. Can we
Jazakumullah
call it,
khair.
I mean, Abu Amir, can we call it a day today?
نعم نعم شيخ.
We'll come back to class tomorrow, inshallah.
نعم جزاكم الله خير. أحسن الله إليكم.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.